Welcome back, Alder Allensworth from Mackenzie Meets Alzheimer's. Welcome, Alder. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me here, Lance.
It's our pleasure. I wanted to talk about in this segment really the powerful role of intergenerational interaction and how it plays an important part in dementia care and how children can create meaningful connections with loved ones living with Alzheimer's.
Oh, and it's such an important topic. I was just thinking about the name of your studio, of your podcast, All Home Care Matters. And it's about all those who are in the home participating in the care. And that's why all generational care is so important. And just thank you for recognizing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know we wanted to have you on to really discuss a personal story that you wanted to share about the importance of this and how it really relates overall to the work you guys are doing at Mackenzie Meets Alzheimer's.
Thank you. My mom had Alzheimer's, but she had had a back operation. This was before she was diagnosed and went into rehab, and was diagnosed when she was in rehab with Alzheimer's. And it took all of us by surprise, though I think my father knew something was going on at the time. And mom became very depressed, very withdrawn, did not want to participate in rehab, did not want to get better. She knew what Alzheimer's was. And then it was summer vacation, and all the grandchildren came, and we took them over to the rehab, and it was like it flipped a switch in her. The children were laughing and loving on her, and she took them to tour the facility, and all of a sudden she became engaged again. And that's the power of children and all the generations in Alzheimer's, because it keeps you engaged and keeps you connected.
Yes, absolutely. In Alder, one of the things I find is most impactful for people like myself and like you is, we're doing this work because we have a personal connection to it. It's not just something we've studied in books or worked in hospitals or nursing homes or in a home care setting. We've had a personal journey with caring for a loved one, which I think really brings meaningful, benefits to, the work that we're now doing professionally speaking. What are some tips and advice you would give to people who may just be embarking on this journey or maybe looking at a way of how they can give back and, help with intergenerational relationships or even just with their own loved ones?
I think sometimes children are overlooked or they're protected because the family's concerned, the responsible adults are concerned they don't want the kids to be upset. They're not sure how to talk to the children about it, and they're not sure how to really include the children in the care. And that's something at Mackenzie Meets Alzheimer's we specialize in. And that was because it happened in my family. And the children needed to understand what was going on. And once they understood, they jumped right in and loved their grand just the same. And it was just a beautiful thing to see and to relate to.
Absolutely. As we wrap up here, I wanted to also mention that at MackenzieMeetsAlzheimers.com, you have a wonderful intergenerational care guide for sandwich generation caregivers. We're going to have the link in the show notes, but why don't you explain to our viewers and listeners what they can get from downloading or reading the blog?
Well, the blog talks about the importance of intergenerational care and the positive impact it can make on every family member. And we have a PDF called FAQ, Frequently Asked Questions, that's targeted for children to understand what's going on. So they're questions that children frequently ask, and then we've done our best to supply some answers so that the caregiver has a track to run on. Because the caregiver doesn't always have the right words or know how to put it in a way that the children can understand what's going on. So it really creates some positive memories. It decreases stigma. It helps the children learn appropriately about what happens sometimes in dementia, and it strengthens family relationships. So it's free. So just go download it and use it to help your family.
Wonderful. And again, we encourage everybody to go to MackenzieMeetsAlzheimers.com. We'll have the link in the show notes directly to the website as well as to the blog. And Alder, it's always great to see you and just appreciate the tremendous work you guys are doing at Mackenzie Meets Alzheimer's.
Thank you so much for having me on, Lance.
Our pleasure. Have a great day.
You too.